Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
You by the way, by here and welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast with Philly 500 Joey Shakes. Joey, what is going on? We got a lot to talk about.
Holy shit, you're alive? You're alive?
I'm alive. Well, I'm kicking. I'm double moonwalking cats' asses today. I'm starting to feel better slowly but surely. Still a little low energy, but still a little tired and stuff. But I got the next 3 days to rest up. I tested negative for COVID, so I'm happy about that.
Nice.
And we rolling, man. We rolling. Logan Motorsports, what's going on? Donnie, what's happening? RP Stewart, message from the Golden Eagle, EN890, 215 Philly, Robert, Bill, Chris, Barbie, the Doll Princess of YouTube. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Ronnie, Jordan, Trey, anybody I'm missing, I apologize. Dave Dust, I see here. Steven, a Warrior Rage, Prolific, Chris, so on we go. Punjab, everybody is here. Thomas Brown with his great thumbnail that I can't click on because it's not really appropriate. But
got those.
Let's jump right into the first thing today, because I think this is really important to kind of talk about. Breaking today, Eagles wide receiver Johnny Wilson will undergo season-ending surgery on his knee and ankle after suffering an injury at practice on Tuesday, NFL sources said. Man, this is not a injury you really like to see, my man. This one sucks.
Yeah, it's he had a quiet, I think, first preseason game. He was very quiet, and then really since that first preseason game, he's been doing really good. And he only had 8 snaps in that second preseason game, which I think tells us that he was going to be a lock for this roster. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and Jeff McClain said the Eagles acquired John Mechie in a trade 2 days prior, which helped offset the Wilson loss. Anaya Smith and undrafted rookie stud Darius Cooper are also in the mix. So we've got a lot of receivers. I don't know how Howie Roseman knows, like days before things. Like he just sniffs it out, like to make this move. But really, like we could talk about John Mechie for a second. Dude, I think this is for a fourth wide receiver. Mechie is a stud. He's an absolute stud, and to get him the way the Eagles did, this is genius, especially when you got other teams looking for a wide receiver right now.
Yeah, and they actually beat out the 49ers on a bid for the John Mechie trade, which was really interesting. So,
yeah, so Mechie is an Eagle. He'll be the fourth most likely receiver, and I think this was a very, very, very good move. No doubt about it. I'll tell you, it's crazy, the whole wide receiver position, and I know we're jumping right into it, but it seems like to me, I think the Eagles are going to be fine at receiver. Like, there's a lot of talk about A.J. Brown and his hamstring. I think he's going to be ready to go week 1. So, I hate losing Johnny Wilson, but the Eagles have plenty of depth there, man.
I mean, it probably helps you because I don't even know if they were going to keep 7 receivers. I mean, now with Johnny Wilson out of the picture, I mean, I think you have your 6 and obviously Mechie, Darius Cooper, and Anaya Smith now. So I think I think you're set, right?
Yeah, well, you got Jahan Dotson too. Now, there's been some rumors about whether Dotson will get traded or not. I'm not buying into it, dude. I'm not buying into it at all. I don't think they're going to trade him, especially now with the injury.
Yeah, I mean, there was like 3 possibilities when we trade for Mechie. It was really out of nowhere. We talked about it off camera, but this was either purely a depth move or this was they think that Mechie can catch up with this offense and train Jahan Dotson, and because he's on a contract year, how many times is he really going to get the ball this year? How many times is he going to get targeted between Goddard and all the receivers we have and Saquon Barkley? There's just so many touches to go around. So it was a good move. I mean, it's a good move, but if it's strictly for depth, I don't believe any of the Jahan Dotson trade rumors. I
don't either.
It's an idea, but
I don't even believe the Ringo trade rumors, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Too. But Barbie the Doll Princess of YouTube says Darius Cooper makes a squad. We got to talk about Darius Cooper because Joey, I think this dude, he is an absolute stud.
Yeah.
I think from everything we're hearing at camp, like yesterday and stuff, like people were just like, look, this dude's been the 3rd best wide receiver in all of camp, the whole entire camp. I think that was Brandon Lee Gowton said that. He's just very, very impressive. I don't think there was any way the Eagles were going to cut Darius Cooper beforehand, but now, with Wilson hurt, I see him as your number 5 wide receiver, and if you develop him over time, he's going to be a stud for you,
Yeah, I mean, this is a receiver that's went under A.J. Brown's wing for a while, and I mean, the second preseason game, he had over 30 reps in that game, which it was kind of hard to see him because I know he was playing gunner. He was the other kick returner. I know that because if they're putting him on special teams, they don't want him to just sit on the bench all year. They want him to be involved in what they're doing in some case, for the season. But he's not like this second half receiver in preseason that is on a go route and gets a couple catches and he looks good. Like this guy, I mean, you go from the Bengals, you go from the joint practice to the Browns. I mean, even day-to-day Eagles to Eagles practices, he's been amazing.
I mean, they're talking about him making catches in triple coverage with Campbell and Q and all these guys, man. He's all over the place. I think that he's going to be, especially when he's given, time to develop. Because somebody said to me, well, you say that he's good now, he's ready now, but then you say he needs time to develop. I think from a skill set standpoint, like I think he has all the tools to be really good. I think he could be very effective right now. But can you imagine when you give him like a year to develop with his skill set? Like, he didn't even learn how to, they said he didn't even know how to get in a huddle because they didn't do that at school. So you give this kid a chance to develop and you bring that skill set. I mean, I don't think this is like Fulgham or Paul Turner or any of those guys that had good moments. This kid clearly has like the speed, the strength, the ability to catch. Like he clearly has the next level type talent.
Yeah. It's route running. It's yards after the catch. It's like he punishes people that come near him with the ball in his hands. Like there's just so many good attributes to him. I mean, if you don't have to spend on a wide receiver 3 next year, great.
Right. And that's the thing is like tomorrow they're going to play and we're going to have McCord and DTR because McKee ain't going to play. That was the problem the other night during the game. He didn't get one target. Johnny Wilson, they didn't get one target. You don't have a quarterback that can throw. So that's a little bit of a shame, but I can't see him not making a team. How many receivers do you think? Oh, no, you're good. How many receivers do you think make this team?
I think it's 6 overall. It's gotta be 6.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 6 too. I agree.
Do you worry about Cooper's snaps? Like, do you think he had over 30 snaps in that game because they want to see more, or do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, but they did put him on special teams, so they were trying to get him to play there. But there was an interesting tweet by Brandon Lee Gowton said that basically at the end of practice, you get all the undrafted free agents are on the field practicing, and he's been in those sessions. He's been on the sideline with Hurts, talking to Hurts.
Yeah, it's good.
So it tells you he's not where those undrafted free agents are. He's going to make this team, man. I think he's making this team.
Yeah,
and I'm happy about it.
He should. Yeah.
Yeah. Twitch member for 20 months. Thank you so much. You can sub 500, Joey. Wilson was developing touch break. Yeah, Wilson was, man. I hate to see it. It sucks.
Yeah,
It really does.
horrible.
Samuel, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Didn't hear much about Jordan Davis this camp aside from his weight loss. Do you guys know if he did or showed off well? Early in training camp, he was every day. Because I streamed every practice. Every day he was making a play, knocking a ball down, getting sacks. I think Jordan Davis has looked pretty good. You know, it's sometimes hard to judge those linemen when they're not hitting and tackling. I think, you know, because you can't touch the quarterback and stuff like that. But no, I mean, from the most part, Jordan Davis has been getting. I think Jalen Carter said that. Nolan Smith said that he's getting more snaps of practice than him. You know, and then Jalen Carter's like, man, he's faster than me now. So I think Jordan Davis has been looking really good.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it also has been overshadowed by Ojomo because he's looked so good also. And that, you know, everybody was wondering what's going to happen with Milton Williams gone. And so I think he's been getting a lot of attention too.
Yeah. And I think it's overshadowed as well by the offense having a good days too. Like, you know, there's good protection and, you know, the offense can have multiple good days, and sometimes you won't hear these defensive line. You won't hear their names a lot, and they're like you said, they're not hitting the quarterback. They're going at 100% to a certain degree. So,
right. The Dubs fam says, "Thank you for all you both do. Oh, you're too nice.
Thanks,
Thank
Dubs.
you, man.
Thanks, man.
You know what I mean?" Jay Green says, "There's nothing sweeter than Merrill Reese showing off his signed Jalen Hurts cleats, and yeah, that was pretty cool. I have to give it to him." Linda says, Cowboys can't run the ball or stop the run. How will they ruin the Eagles' day with the number one run game? Cowboy fans are delusional. Very, 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 very delusional. Now, speaking of delusion, maybe I had delusion because, you know, I thought one of the horrible things this week that happened was we got a taste last week of Andrew Makuba.
A taste.
Goes out, gets a pick. Looks like all right. He's going to get the job. Goes into the week of practice, getting all the first team reps, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, even to the point where at base they were putting Cooper on the outside because he was a safety. Then Andrew Makuba, what happens? The worst possible thing, Joey. He gets hurt again. So now he's hurt again with a hamstring, and he's probably not going to play tomorrow. And he's missing practice.
Mm-hmm.
The question is how bad does this hurt the Eagles and the safety position going forward? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, just get that little sample size we got from him. We knew something was there, and he just needed the reps. And then going to practice, like you said, ends up getting hurt. And now I don't know if, you know, I don't think the Eagles have to pull the trigger on a move as of yet, but I don't know. I don't know much about Sidney Brown from this camp. I think it's very unknown to me if he's been like a big favorite of Vic Fangio's throughout this camp. And they have like a little bit of time now. This is their last hoorah of time to get guys back, and within a couple weeks, get them practicing for a few days and get ready for this opening game at the Link.
Yeah.
So that's what it comes down to.
Well, it was interesting to me because when they talked to Fangio about Makuba's performance, he was like, you know, well, yeah, he had a good play. He was in the right position, you know, but he really downplayed it, right? And so people are saying, well, see, he didn't make a big deal of it. And I said, yeah, he didn't make a big deal of it. But if you look at practice, Makuba took every rep. Since that game at the starter. That told me right there all I needed to know about what the plan with Makuba is. And I think that he will start at some point. It's just when he's on the field, the question's going to be, can he stay healthy? I mean, this is twice in training camp that he's had two separate injuries.
Yeah, and if you notice, too, in connection to it, and we'll talk about, you know, DeJean later on, but he's taken less snaps at safety since Makuba was fully in there as well. So,
yeah, exactly. Josh, thank you for the super chat. He goes, yo, Philly, what's your take on Brown missing practice? A.J. Brown missing practice, I see it as very precautionary. Maybe they rushed him a little bit back a little too soon, and so they they basically got really, really conservative with him. If you watch him, there are two keys. One, when he runs routes, he's not having a problem at all.
Yeah.
And two, if it's really a serious injury, they're not letting him on the field. He's not going to be on the field running around, throwing balls and goofing off. They're not going to let you do that if he's that bad. So I expect A.J. Brown to be ready to go week 1. I don't believe the Mechie trade had anything to do with A.J. Brown. I think it was just one of those situations where Howie liked the guy, the other guy had requested a trade, and he just saw value in it.
Yeah, and I think even with A.J. Brown, like I got a little nervous because once we hit those, like right before joint practice, like A.J. Brown was jogging, he was running a little bit. Then we got to those joint practices with the Browns, and he didn't do anything. Like, so I figured he re-injured his hamstring. Like something happened because he was doing little to nothing.
Right.
Not even jogging, not nothing. So I got a little nervous there, but I think we're going to be all right. I mean, even with Devontae Smith with the groin, I think they're just going to rest these guys. So we'll see what happens. But I wouldn't worry about it too much, though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be worrying.
Barbie the Doll Princess of YouTube says, I believe we will be fine, but Howie's cooking. Well, I have no doubt Howie's going to be up to, Howie stuff. There's no doubt about it. The question is where are they going to go? Zach, thank you for the super chat. Goes, Jerry Jones said Micah agent told him to shove the deal up his ass. Long live Jerry Jones.
That's crazy.
Did he really?
It's
Long
true.
live Jerry Jones. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, it's got to be. Do you see the pictures of Micah sitting there at practice?
Yeah, he looks miserable.
At what point does Micah Parsons just say, you know what? It doesn't matter what you offer me. Like the way you've acted and the way you treated and the way this whole thing's been, I just want out. Want out.
You're in a fifth year. You're in a fifth year option year with no deal. Like if the Eagles did that, it would be crime. There would be crime in Philadelphia.
Crazy. It's crazy, dude. Like what? The day that Jalen Carter is able to get a contract extension, they're going to give it to him. Like it's horrible that you would do that, to Micah. I mean, look, we joke around about the Cowboys. Mike is a good player. He's not perfect, and I do think that the Cowboys overrate him, but he's a really good player. And the fact that he's got to go through that, that's crazy to me. And he looks so miserable. And Mark Holmes I keep sending Mark Holmes every day. I send him another trade option. Would you do this trade? And then he runs and does videos and like the Eagles are rumored to trade. I'm like, no, I'm just asking you. Would you do this trade today? I was one with New England,
Yeah.
But I think if I was Micah Parsons, he should just leave and go home. Like the hell with this, I'm going home.
I don't.
It's hilarious, dude. It's really hilarious. Long live Jerry Jones. Anthony Wilson, thank you for the super chat. Goes, fellas, what's good? What's the trade rumors? Now, you got a bunch. You've got Jahan Dotson rumors about the Eagles potentially talking trade to Minnesota because the Vikings need a wide receiver. And then we'll talk about another one because I think the one of them is completely bogus. I don't think the Jahan Dotson one is feasible either, but there's another one. Samuel, thank you for super chat. Goes, talk delusional. We can say now M. Sanders stinks. Miles Sanders? Yeah, he does. I just don't think he's got anything left, man.
No.
Justin Ryan, thank you for the super chat. He goes, hey, AJ is training hard. Why is he injured? Well, it's more precautionary on his hamstring. That's all. He'll be ready to go. But another trade rumor out there, and I don't know where this is coming from, and I don't think it's true. But there's rumors that Ringo didn't practice the other day because Ringo was basically going to possibly be traded. I don't know if I believe that Ringo's getting traded and that's why he didn't practice. If people read some of the stuff from 2 days ago, it says Ringo left practice early. Okay, he left practice early, took his helmet off. So I don't think it was a matter of he's getting shopped. It's a matter of he was actually injured. Now, I don't think Ringo is going to start. I think he's probably your third string corner. But if you need a corner, why are you going to trade Ringo? You still need him for depth, and you still need him on special teams. So I don't see the Eagles trading Kelee Ringo at this point. What's your take on that?
No, I think he stinks. Simple as that. Like, he's done nothing. I mean, it's one of the more weaker positions where, like, Adoree Jackson is taking, like, his 12th rep. I mean, of all of training camp, he started 12 times over Ringo's. I don't know how many times he started at CB2. And a couple practices ago, I think Ringo was on third team, and he didn't even get the second or first team. So he hasn't shown me anything. We gave this thing enough time, and now he's injured, and it's just like, it's over now. I mean, he's going to be a special teamer, and
who's gonna want him? And why would the Eagles be shopping him? You still need depth at corner. So if you're going to add a corner, you're not going to subtract a corner unless you're getting somebody back in return. I don't know where the Ringo trade stuff came from, but I got it called bogus because 2 days ago he left practice early injured. I think it was a quad or something.
Yeah, it was.
So he's banged up, but he's third string now. This whole thing it looks like Adoree Jackson could start, but I think Jakorian Bennett is the guy we've got to see what he can do, man. I want Bennett to win this job.
Yeah, I don't think Bennett's had enough practices. I mean, I think you're dealing with, like, besides Bennett, I think you're just dealing with who's the best corner out of a bad group. I mean, that's pretty much what you're doing. Like, I don't want to see Adoree Jackson line up 8 to 10 yards off the ball because he just doesn't. I don't want to see that every single game and not be physical and let these receivers get the ball, 5-6 yards quick and then fast break. I don't want to deal with that every game. So
I would say both those rumors that we've heard with Dotson and with Ringo, I don't think they hold merit. I don't think they hold merit at all. Donald says Ringo is trash. Trash-ass cornerback number 2. He is a bum. He has been here for 3 years and still has not won the job. Come on, man. Yeah, I mean, it's been really disappointing watching Ringo this camp, man. You know, it really has been.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, I'm a little more like up on Jakorian Bennett. Like, I liked the way he played the other day. I thought he played good. I don't understand why he's not getting more first team reps right now.
I mean, two deflections in a preseason game is way more than what we've gotten from Ringo and Adoree Jackson. I mean, you're going to have to give Makuba and you're going to have to give Jakorian Bennett the Cooper DeJean treatment like last offseason. And just throw them into a game, let them make their mistakes, let them learn, and I think they'll get better over time. Like I said, this defense didn't get better till really after the bye last year. So
well, and that was the other thing with Makuba, right? When they were in base defense, all training camp, they put Cooper DeJean at safety. But the fact they felt Makuba could play, they all of a sudden want him on the outside corner in base. So Makuba's injury really screws things up. The other guy is we got to talk about. What about McWilliams? I mean, here's a guy that's played really well that some people are saying, like, he could end up getting the starting job at some point on the outside.
It's so crazy because later in camp, because of this cornerback issue, they had McWilliams playing on the inside a lot, and then they switched him to the outside full time because we know, like, by this second preseason game, you should already know who's the starter. And even from Vic's last press conference, he was like, usually we know by this time, but you don't even have an answer at this point. I mean, it's got to be Jakorian Bennett. I mean, it's got to be him. I mean, there's no way Adoree Jackson is going to survive an entire season playing like that. There's no way.
Right.
So
Rico Martin says our final cuts are Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Down to 53. Bo says Ringo sounds like he had a bad camp, played himself out of it. Sucks. Hoped he was going to be a player. Yeah, me too. It sounds like he's third string. I mean, he wasn't even getting first or second team reps the last time he practiced. King of Kings, member for 30 months. Thank you so much. He goes, yes, Joy, I totally agree with you about Ringo. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. Now, there's another safety, right? What's his name from from New England, right? What's his name?
Kyle Duggar.
Right. So he apparently could possibly be getting traded. A lot of people don't like it. He is 29. He does have a heavy contract. But I thought what was intriguing about it, and I thought maybe had a better chance than Justin Williams, was it says that New England would be paying some of his contract. Well, if they pay enough of it, it may be something feasible. I'm still not of the camp to bring in Justin Williams. I know there's a lot of people talking about it. My argument still is this: if the guy went like on media and news places trying to push the Eagles to be in the Eagles, he's got the Eagles shirts on, he wants to be in Philly, he's made it clear. Yet they've not signed him. Vic Fangio knows him. He knows Vic Fangio's defense. Yet training camp is over, and the Eagles have never brought him in. What could he possibly have left if they don't even want to bring him in?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's at part of his career now where, he's got to be put into a defense where he's not going to be the guy. Like, he needs to, obviously he's got a voice. He's a natural leader for a defense and knows Vic Fangio well, but he needs to have promising pieces around him to really, where he doesn't have to do a whole lot. I wanted this move if Makuba got injured or he went down or there was something serious. But he's not coming in as a depth piece. These guys that are over 30 years old, these free agents that are still out there, they don't, they train on their own. They're not neat. They don't want to deal with these training camps. They are waiting for anybody to go down for them to get a starting job. I don't think you touch this. I think you gotta let everything fall down the way they're falling down. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Donald says, yo guys, I think Howie Vision is quiet. It's been silent. I have a gut feeling he's up to something big. I agree. I think something is brewing. And I think it's not going to be the kid from New England or Justin Simmons. It's going to be a similar situation to Jacorian Bennett trade or the C.J. Gardner-Johnson trade. Somebody with maybe 1 or 2 years left on his contract, rookie deal, needs a change of scenery, can play certain things. Maybe even a slot corner they think can convert into a safety if they need a safety. I think it's going to be something like that, dude. I really, really do. But I think Howie's up to something. And I don't think it's going to be a player like we talked about Ringo getting traded. There were rumors the other day about Dotson being traded. I don't think it's going to be a player. I think it's going to be picks. You've got 13 picks next year. I don't think they're going to look to trade a player and get rid of depth at one position when you can just go out and get draft picks and get a guy.
Agreed.
Question is who? What teams need wide receivers that have corners? Because I think cornerback is now more. And I thought it was safety early on, but I after watching Makuba, even when he comes back, I think he could play. Yeah. But I think that corner spot is definitely something to be worried about.
Yes, I agree, 100%.
It's really a shame that Ringo it didn't work out, man. It really is.
I know. We supported him. I mean, we gave this thing. Look, you put all this pressure on a 4th round pick. I mean, that's he's not a 2nd rounder that never got a shot. He's a 4th round pick. I mean, yeah, that's what it is.
Exactly. Samuel, thank you for the super chat. He goes, to my expectations, Kenyon Green is a bigger disappointment than Ringo. The guy is a 1st round. Damn it, he didn't do nothing. Yeah, he's been a disappointment too, because you have Stoutland, and you figure Stoutland, if anybody could get somebody going, it's Stoutland. But this kid has been injured all camp, right? He hasn't played, so it's really hard to even know what's going to happen with him. And thank you for that super chat. Rico says Judon. I think Judon signed somewhere. I think he signed with Miami. Was it Miami?
I thought he visited Miami. Did he sign Miami?
I think he signed somewhere.
I think, you might be right.
Yeah. So Chicago's deep at corner. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I think you got to go somewhere where a team is deep at corner. And and then or say, and get somebody. But the other option is this, right? you go in the season with what you have,
Yeah.
and you play it. And then if you get to the point where you get to the trade deadline, you need to make a move. You make a move then. I'm telling you, Darius Slay is going to be on the trade block because I don't think Steelers are going to do all that. And he's in the last year of a contract, last year of a career. I could see Pittsburgh saying to him, all right, dude, we're going to send you somewhere, one more run before you retire. You go and bring him back. I mean, you could do that worst case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest issue about you're going to be put to the test real early. I mean, besides the Cowboys game, weeks 2 to 4, I mean, you got to deal with Tampa, you got to deal with KC, you got to deal with the Rams. Like, you have a really tough beginning schedule. That's why we were talking, like, make sure this roster is good to go because, the Eagles have to knock off rust. I don't care how many times you practice. Like, you need those game time minutes. And
dude, I still feel like Adoree Jackson's going to get cut. I don't know why. I shouldn't think that. I just got this weird feeling, dude. I just do. But, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
OG Goth says, Joey Shakes, what about Johnny's ability to block? I'm sure he would have been more effective catching the balls this year, but do we find that size and blocking ability for Saquon on the roster?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, look, the last time we had a guy at that size was Tyree Jackson at tight end. The guy couldn't stay healthy. Like, we were really hoping that he could have a productive season, never did. But this was the first time where, I mean, thank God Tanner McKee actually played in that preseason game because we probably wouldn't have found out a lot about Darius Cooper as much as we did. We probably would have found out a little bit later on, but probably not as much because you put a quarterback in there, it gives guys good looks like that. It shows out really nicely, but Johnny Wilson had a lot of, I think the Eagles liked him because of his blocking, did a lot of the dirty work.
Yeah.
But it was just these drops. He had a couple OPI calls last season for touchdowns, and there was something there. Like, I just felt like he needed another year, another offseason program, way too raw last year. But this was like his come up this season, and it sucks.
I thought he was playing really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great.
Because realistically, if you put him on the field, you have Devontae Smith, you have A.J. Brown on the field. Like, realistically, wherever you put him, it's a mismatch with size. It's like an automatic mismatch when he's on the field. If he can get that catching ability, high point in the ball, just catching in traffic really well, it might take a couple to a few years, but it's just unfortunate, man.
Yeah, it is. And I don't really, I would assume that, I would assume Darius Cooper probably working on his blocking, something probably have to do and learn. So I just don't think you could replace that, really, to be honest with you, from what he gave you there.
Yeah.
Goat says, Vic Fangio responded to Makuba's interception saying, it was a bad play on Cleveland's part. What I got out of that is he wasn't impressed by the interception because starting quarterback wouldn't have thrown that. Yeah, he did say that. But, if you really look at the actions of what Vic Fangio did after the game, to me, that was more telling than anything he said. Because we know Vic Fangio is going to not overcredit a rookie. He did that with Q last year. But if you look at the actions of what he did, was he started putting him as the starter at safety. I mean, not just splitting reps. Like, Makuba was getting every rep at safety as a starter. So to me, the actions are, Cleveland did this, but we're still putting him. He still earned something out of that game, and that was to start. So to me, all he had to do was stay healthy. And it was his.
You can take that 75-yard pick six. You could take that and say, "Oh, the quarterback wouldn't throw that in a real game." You never really know. But the reason why he got that pick was Campbell had pressure on that play. Campbell got pressure. Like, this can happen in a real game. Campbell. I mean, if we want to summarize Campbell's whole entire camp, I mean, A+++++. Check the box. Training camp disappeared way behind him really early, and we knew that he was there. So you have pressure from a guy like that, from one rookie to another. It can happen in a game. Some quarterbacks will make that throw just because they're panicking. They don't want to take the sack. They know they're going to take a big hit. It can happen, Yeah.
But I look at it. I just look at it like Fangio is going to say what he's got to say. but the actions were this kid's getting all the reps now. So he was rewarded in some way for that game. OG got says Makuba at the same time we've heard he's been on the ball in practice the same way he had multiple picks so far in camp. I just hate the health is the issue already. Yeah, that's true. I mean, what we hear about this kid is he's a natural bulk. He's got a nose for the ball. Cleveland might have thrown a bad pass, but how many times do we watch the Eagles defenders drop interceptions?
Yeah,
I mean, all the time.
The first game they dropped
three the first game.
Yeah,
and then Eli Ricks had one. Trotter had one, and Campbell had one.
Yeah.
So not only that, he comes up with a fumble recovery. So I think that the actions of what Vic Fangio and the defense did was they rewarded Makuba by giving him starting reps, and to me that's the biggest compliment I think you can get.
Yeah, that's the best you're going to get it. Like, it's hard. It's in an hour and a half practice. It's hard to look at every single player that's practicing to be in like some type of superstar mode, and everyone's expecting that superstar mode every single practice. You're not going to get that. You might not even get that in preseason games unless they get a lot of reps, and that's when Makuba had a lot of reps, and finally we saw a couple plays from him, which was good.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Mav says Stephon Gilmore problem solved. He's another guy.
Yeah, he's out there.
Why isn't he signed with anybody? I mean, it's like it's kind of like usually guys wait till like maybe mid camp, even right before camp starts. These guys aren't signed with anybody. I don't know. To me, look, if Howie and I feel the same way about Justin Simmons. If Howie and Vic Fangio, if they feel that one of those guys is good enough to come in, I trust it. But the fact that they haven't, I also trust that they know something we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see. Splendid says 500. Isn't it great that the only problem we've had all preseason is cornerback 2? Most teams have multiple problems. Not worried about Makuba. He'll be ready week 1. Yeah, I think so. I think, for all the problems that we talk about with the cornerback, I mean, geez, I've not seen the Eagles receiving core this deep. I've not seen their running back core this deep. I've not seen their linebacking core this deep. And I think their interior defensive line is actually better than it was a year ago.
And it's asinine because the one position where you literally did nothing at it, it didn't. I give them the respect for giving Ringo faith, and I give the respect that there's no veteran favoritism, that they don't just, that they're actually giving these young guys opportunities, but there was no backup plan. Like, you let Isaiah Rodgers walk, not even garnishing a comp pick. He walked right out the door, scot-free. Right. He wanted to stay in Philadelphia. He didn't get paid that much, or at least try to trade for somebody, like try to trade for a number 2 core. I mean, something. They could have done something. And because you took that big shortcut and then created that big problem, that big need at safety, which realistically there really didn't need to be one, that's the position we're in now, and we're paying the price for it. So
let me ask you a question. Do you think if Howie could know what he knows now about the cornerback battle, do you think they would have brought Slay back or Isaiah Rodgers back?
I think Rodgers maybe. I mean, I don't know if they were really into paying Slay $10 million fully guaranteed for the year, right? But he's fulfilled. He won a Super Bowl. Like, this is probably gonna be his last year of his career. Yeah. But I mean, you got a lot of snaps out of Rodgers last year as a backup.
Yeah,
and he was productive.
Slay came out every quarter. He was like Jason Peters,
right.
Every quarter. Leo, my man, Leo. We got to get Leo on the show, Joey. Leo's great.
Leo,
we got to get him on the show. He goes, hey, at 500, you sound much better, and I hope the same can be said for the rest of your family. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Am I wrong for not being overly concerned about cornerback 2? I feel like Howie is watching the waiver wire. I definitely think Howie's watching the waiver wire. I definitely would not be surprised a trade. No, I actually, you know what? Like, I go back and forth. Like, I'm concerned about it because we don't know who the starter is. But I in a weird way, I feel like Jacorian Bennett is going to be the answer. and he just needs the time.
Yeah, I don't think it's been fair. No.
And the other thing we have to remember, and to Leo's point, like, you've got Christian Parker. I mean, Christian Parker has never had a problem. He's always done a great job in the secondary. Wherever he's been, he's developed guys. Look how they developed both of our guys, Q and Coop, last year.
1 year, yeah.
I mean, you know, can he get this kid, Bennett, to play at a decent level? I mean, the kid has shown flashes, and so I feel like almost in some ways it's easier to deal with a Jacorian Bennett than an Adoree Jackson, who's more set in his ways and older, So no, I don't think you're wrong to feel that way. I think they'll figure it out. I think they'll get it solved at some point, one way or the other.
You're not wrong, because that's been like the number one position like that I've been looking at. Like if Ringo's facing AJ Brown, or I don't want to come up with excuses for players, but he's going against good players at practice, and if he's getting beat, it's like, well, AJ Brown beats anybody. It's like, okay, well then if it's a regular game, like a lot of these teams have two good receivers regardless. So I mean, if he's getting beat by Cooper, and he was getting beat by Cooks early in camp before he got hurt, and he's getting beat by everybody. And I don't expect him to make a play on Jamar Chase every 2 seconds at a preseason game. Okay. Right. But you made some mistakes there, and it looked really ugly. Like it looked pretty. It did.
Well, here's the other thing we got to remember. Yeah. You don't have Reed Blankenship in there, whether you like him or not. I get it. You don't have Cooper in there. You don't have Q in there. They're all not in there. Your interior defensive line and your guys on the line are not there. When they start getting pressure on a quarterback, it can help out that corner. And then if you look at the Dallas game, right, like CeeDee Lamb's going to mostly be in the slot, you would think. So you got Cooper on him. You've got Pickens going up against Q. Now, Cowboys say, well, we'll throw CeeDee Lamb outside. I'll take that matchup all day. You take CeeDee Lamb out of the slot. To me, you're hurting your offense more than you're helping him by putting him on the outside. So if you want to do that, go ahead. That, to me, is a matchup for the Eagles to win. So I don't think things are as dire as we say. But I think when you have a team as good as the Eagles, I mean, that one weakness is glaring because of how everything else is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. It is true.
Just my opinion, Linda, thank you for the super chat. Adoree will play 2 weeks, then Bennett will replace him once he is up to date on the defense. You might be right. I could tell you, though, Bennett looked like the last press conference a couple days ago. He looked a lot like he looked like he was settling in. Yeah. And he was starting to feel pretty good. So I have high hopes for Bennett,
Yeah, I do too.
So, yeah. Cranky says, how long is Johnny Wilson going to be out? All year. All year. He had surgery on his, was it knee and ankle? I think it was a knee and ankle. So he's going all year. He's not coming back, which is a shame. It's a shame. But, I mean, you still look at the receiving core. I mean, Mechie is a better wide receiver than Johnny Wilson. Wilson may be a better blocker, but Mechie's a better receiver.
Yes.
You've got 4 good receivers, and then you got that stud Darius Cooper. All right. I mean, you're deep at wide receiver. Dude.
You got speed, you got size, you have everything you want at receiver. I mean, adding Mechie to the mix now. I mean, he's started games in the past. I mean, he's had a rough, Mechie's had a really rough, coming to the NFL moments. I mean, even having cancer in his rookie year, having a torn ACL. I mean, he's dealt with a lot, and now with an opportunity now playing with a lot of familiar faces that he knows, especially Devontae Smith, and playing catch up with the offense, and hopefully will be ready. I mean, they can use him as a situational receiver. They can always. He is. I mean, he was just burning Derek Stingley last year. Last week at camp. I mean, he was burning him.
No, I mean, you look at him running drills. I mean, he definitely runs good routes and he's fast. I think. I mean, we've talked about Mechie for like 3 years about getting him in a trade.
Yeah, there was trade
last year, and we knew the Eagles liked him coming out of draft. But when we were looking for a slot, and I also don't want to sleep with Jahan Dotson because I think Jahan Dotson's gonna have a good year. I think he's gonna have a really big year. So I think you got way more depth at receiver than you did a year ago. And yeah, Darius Cooper is a great, like, that kid gets on the field, man. It may be hard to take him off. I'm telling you, especially like when you get halfway through the year and he started to learn and adjust. Oh boy,
yeah,
he's going to be a problem. Witch King says, I hope we can find a way to keep Montrell Johnson. I see Johnson as a practice squad guy. I think Powell practice. I think they clear waivers. I think Marshall, talk about another receiver, but Marshall, I think he gets cut and then he comes back immediately on the practice squad.
Yeah,
because he doesn't have to clear waivers.
Yeah, he just hasn't done much. I mean, he got back from injury. That injury kind of screwed him over. I mean, he was turning heads at beginning of camp, and then all of a sudden he got hurt. He came back, had a couple catches in the preseason game, and that was really it. Not much.
Yep. My man Brian Pumper, shout out to you, man. Thank you for super chat. He goes, I don't care so much about banana pudding, Mr. Parley Rogers. Like, why did we not draft a cornerback at number 64? Darian Porter was right there, fumble, shaking my head. I don't know. My assumption is they really believed Ringo was going to be the guy, because you don't let Isaiah Rodgers go, you don't let Darius Slay go, and then you, like you said, you could have taken another corner earlier. So I think the Ringo thing has really screwed them up.
Yeah, and there was really no backup plan. Like, if getting rid of Chauncey and safety became the biggest need, like, second round corner probably would have been really smart there. But we didn't do that.
Deshae, you know what? And I was just going to bring this up to Joey, this position. So this is perfect timing for this comment. 3 weeks into the season, you all be whining and complaining about the edge rushers are mid. Our edge room is shaky. So how do you feel, man? How do you feel about the edge rushers? Like, I think Hunt and Nolan Smith are fine, but it's a great question. Do they have enough depth in that rotation?
I think, because I was going to ask you this as well, because I feel like there's just some guys that it took a while to come on, and you kind of said it in some of these preseason games where you have some starters out there. Like, you'll have a guy like Uche, or you have a guy like Ojulari on the edge, but there's no DTs. Like, I thought in the second preseason game, there was one where Uche and Ojulari, they got pressure, but the DTs just got blocked. I mean, the middle of that pack was wide open, so there was no push there. Right. But I thought, Ojulari, he had a really good second game. He had a sack of that game, and he beat his matchup a few times in that game. So I don't know what you're expecting every time. You expect them to have 8-9 sacks to stand out. Okay, Any other thing to remember is that our defensive tackles, our top 3 tackles, have not played preseason. They didn't play Davis, Carter, or Jomo, really. So you're going, you're putting a rookie who's still learning. You got Gabe Hall, who I like, who's done a good job, but you're putting in like your third, fourth string defensive tackles. So I don't think that helps the edge rusher out. But I do think it's fair. To wonder if we've got enough depth at that defensive and at that edge rusher spot. Time will tell. On paper, in free agency, I thought that we did. I said, well, I think Uche could be a player. I think Azeez Ojulari could be a 7-8 sack guy. But we'll have to see. I mean, by all accounts, they haven't had the greatest training camp, but I don't know that it's been horrible either. So I think it's just a wait and see thing. And I think part of it too, like I said, I think you just got to put these guys in a game, see what they could do. But I don't know what else you're gonna try to. What you're really going to add. I think when Jalix Hunt went to second team, everybody was kind of freaking out. Like, I think it was a good thing, because I think Fangio just wanted to get more reps get Uche and get Ojulari on more first team reps to kind of get a better look at these guys. And no, I don't think they've been outstanding, but we've had guys in the past come through these training camps and play overly well, and then get to the regular season and can't do a damn thing. So I think we just got to be patient with it, honestly, and just see what we have.
Fight 24 says the Giants' schedule is too hard for any fans to be optimistic about their season. Yeah, they got a brutal. Did you?
I never
see
even
the
looked at. No, I never
Dude,
looked
it's
at
like
it.
it's like one of the hardest schedules in the league. Their schedule's brutal, especially early on. They're gonna get destroyed. They're gonna get destroyed. I think they open up with Washington and Dallas. They might beat Dallas, but I don't think they're gonna beat Washington.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Riley says, can you use Campbell at edge at times too? I think that's the plan. I think they want to put him at times at edge rusher. I do, especially when Dean comes back. Possibility. I think you'll see some of it, not a lot early on.
I don't think they've done a lot of it either.
No, they haven't done a lot, but they have done some.
Yeah.
You know, but it's interesting is, you know, because it's been Trotter pretty much starting, and now Baughn's back. And this last practice was the first practice that Campbell started with Baughan.
Yeah.
You got that combination. I think Campbell's starting when this season starts.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he's a monster. He's going to be a monster. You could tell. You could just tell. But I do think depth at edge rusher is something to worry about. I also feel like that's something that they can do at the trade deadline. Like, I don't think it's as pressing need as figuring out what's going on in the secondary with that second cornerback. Like, you know, I feel like the edge rusher, if they need to make a move, they can get somebody. You know, that may be a case too where they you know, the waiver wire. We got to see who gets cut. You know, because I also think with teams cutting everybody at one time, I think there's easier to make mistakes, and there's certain guys that will squeak through.
No,
So,
yeah.
There may be some decent edge rushers, decent players that become available.
It wasn't originally that it used to be like a three-step. Wasn't like a three-step process. I forgot how many days.
Yeah,
they
it
cut.
was. It was like it was. They cut down. Yeah, I think 3, then twice, and now it's just one time.
Yeah.
Samuel, thank you for the super chat. He goes, my feel is Jahad Campbell's going to get edge snaps. I think he's going to get some too. I agree. I agree. Will they play 4-3 when Dean comes back? I think possible. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see a lot of 5-2 in their future, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, even if you use Campbell, like just have him around the line to scrimmage, just hunting, like just because if they like another linebacker that doesn't want to sit on the bench, they can always use Campbell. Not all the time, but they can always use Campbell for that as well. It's just open space rush. Like if they need it, they just put him there and let him do it.
Yeah.
So
no. I was watching the Eagles broadcast again, and they were saying, and I thought the guy made, I forget his name, but I thought he made an interesting comparison. He compared Trotter to T.J. Edwards. I thought that was a pretty because Edwards wasn't the fastest guy and stuff.
Not athletically
very
gifted,
smart,
no.
very good positioning. I thought that was a really good comparison. And then you have Smile Munden, who, I mean, dude has been way better than they thought. And then, of course, you have Baughan. Dean's coming back. You have Campbell. I mean, you're stocked at linebacker, dude.
Yeah, I think you are too. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see. It's just, I want to shut this. I got this Pittsburgh game on. I don't want to watch it. Or the Giants game's on. I wanted to watch that one. So, it'll be interesting. I guess the Giants is on NFL Network. So, it's going to be it's going to be interesting. 53. I think we'll probably see a 53-man roster that is like really off, right? You know how they do it, where they keep way too many one position, and then you go through the waiver wire and everything. I expect to have. I would not be surprised to see Howie make a trade. Would not be surprised at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, you trade for Mechie, and it was out of nowhere, but might be a blessing in disguise now. But there might be something else out there they might need. So I think with some of these guys, you have to give them time and let them go through their growing pains during the regular season, especially in the beginning. Right. And just gotta see how it goes.
Yeah, I get it. It's crazy. It's going to be interesting. It really is. Do you have any concerns about Hurts? because some people have complained that he wasn't sharp enough in training camp and stuff. I think it's all a bunch of bull crap, to be quite honest with you. But what are your thoughts?
I mean, if you're talking about like people were bitching about him from the open camp, like why would he throw that? And know, like he's not in game mindset. Like, he's focused, but you could take shots, when he knows that he probably wouldn't throw that during a game. Like I wouldn't. The last player I'm thinking about is Jalen Hurts. That's the last player I'm even thinking about. I mean, sure, we'll have the question of Kevin Patullo and how he's going to put his flavor into this in Nick's offense per se. Right. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be our next venture into Kevin Patullo. It's going to take like 4 to 5 weeks for this offense to really gel. It's going to take a while.
And shout out to Dallas Goedert. He's had a great camp so far. Really good camp. But the questions do remain behind him. Like, there was nobody rose up as a second tight end. I mean, I assume it's Calcaterra, but it's kind of like by default, man. You really don't have another tight end either. You know?
I mean, I don't know if they're even keeping 3. I mean, Colin Granson's been the guy, and then then I saw EJ Jenkins getting a lot of reps with first team. So I don't know if they like EJ Jenkins better than Colin Granson. Obviously, Harrison Bryant's gone because they traded him. And there's really nothing else behind that. I mean, and that's going to be, hopefully number one, Dallas Goedert can stay healthy and not miss 4 to 6 games. That's number one. Number two, you have nobody extended into 26 and beyond.
Right.
Your whole tight end group becomes free agents after this year. So that'll be a whole nother thing down the road. But
it's true. It's true. JH, thank you for super chat. My man, he goes, defense might be good, not great this year, but the offense is going to run and gun with our wide receivers, running back depth. Teams with most points wins. Yeah, well, I think that, and I've said this all season, I just don't think teams are built to play the Eagles. I think that the run game, the way teams run the ball, I don't think teams are built to beat them. So you look at a team like the Rams, they can't stop the run. I think a lot of these teams on their schedule are like that. I think the Eagles will wear teams down, and I think they're going to win a lot of games like that. But I do think the defense is going to be better than people think. Maybe it won't be one, but I still think it's going to be top 10. I really do.
How do you feel about A.J. Dillon, Will Shipley, how they're going to be used this year? Who's the number 2? Who's the number 3? That whole situation.
I think Shipley's the number 2, and I think Dillon's number 3. I think Barkley will get not as many carries, but I also think, those guys will get more. I think you're going to see a 3-headed monster. I think Barkley will get his, maybe 20 carries a game, somewhere around there, 20, 25. I think Shipley maybe 10, 8 to 10. Dillon about the same, and I think situation will be play a part in that too. Like, short yardage situations, goal line situations. If Barkley's not in there, you could put Dillon in there. He can get it. You also have Hurts with his legs. I think this is a very, very deep running back group. To me, there's only one team, in my opinion, that can emulate the Eagles or come close, and that's the Ravens. If you look at the Ravens, like, if I'm the Ravens, I'm copying the Eagles' formula in the playoffs. I'm running the ball. I'm running the crap out of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of throwing. And if they do that, I think you're going to get an Eagles-Baltimore Super Bowl. And I don't say it bragging. I just think that Howie, we talked about, he's 2-3 steps ahead of everybody else. Teams have built their defenses to stop the pass, to get to the quarterback. They're not built to stop the run. And I think that it's going to take a while for teams to make that adjustment. And I think we got an open window right now with that.
Yeah,
I do.
I agree. Yeah.
Fabio, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, Ringo was a decent college player, but no NFL skills. Yeah, it hasn't looked good. But I tell you what, he's a good special teams guy.
Yeah.
You still need him for special teams.
Sure.
So, we'll see. We'll see. What do you make of that kid? I forget his name in Tampa. He's like 460 pounds, and he won't let him practice.
I've seen that. Yeah, I forgot his name.
He won't let him practice because he's got to lose weight. Man, that kid, I feel bad for him because they post it every day, and like he can't practice today. I'm like, dude, that's gotta like hurt that kid. If he gets cut, the Eagles should pick him up.
Put him
I'm
through
serious.
a hamster wheel.
Put him up, pick him up, and let him hang out with Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis got into that whole. Maybe Jordan Davis could help him. I'm serious. Why not?
You never know. Know.
Christopher, thank you for the super chat. He goes, O-line depth is a major concern. Letting Becton walk looks like a major mistake. Letting Rodgers go looks worse and worse. It's going to be rocky start, I think. You look at the offensive line. If those guys are all healthy and starting, nobody's stopping that line. You want to say they should have let Becton go? I mean, I agree. We wanted Becton back. But I'll say this. The one guy I don't worry about, and I really believe will figure it out and take care of it. If you look at all the linemen he's had and all the times, remember how many different times they've had to have all sorts of crazy combinations?
18 to 20 changes in 1 year we've had and on a bad
Stoutland
season.
Always figures it out.
Yeah.
I feel like he will. So I think Steen has played really good. I think Steen has had a really good
he's
camp,
a lock. Yeah.
And then, the Dickerson injury is a problem. But, in some ways you could say that about any team. You have injuries, it's going to be a problem depth-wise. But Stoutland always gets guys playing. I wish they would have kept Becton too. But it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, Brett Toth, stay away from center. Do not let him play center ever again because every time he hits center, he's always snapping the ball wrong or gets beat off the line or whatever. But as a left guard, he's going to try. He's a journeyman type guy that's played multiple positions and for the last, few years here. So if he could hang out for a couple games, I don't think it's going to take too long. Thank God this meniscus was minor. It was a mild case. It wasn't a rebuild because if it was a rebuild, it would have been a 4+ month, would have been 4+ months, probably would have lost him or maybe would have been able to get him deep back into the playoffs. But,
right.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
He'll Dickerson might come back maybe week 1. That's what they're aiming for. But
right,
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, bro, I don't feel bad for the guy. I lost 200 pounds and not getting paid millions to do it. If they say lose 200 pounds for 15 million, I'll lose my shit in 6 months. No, I get it. I get your point of view. I do. I get it. I just wonder what they told him. Like I don't know. Why draft him if
you're gonna have that issue? Like, why even attempt to even get him to the roster?
Yeah. But I totally get your point. And you're definitely not wrong. Matt says Dylan is the number 2. What are you talking about, Philly? Is he? Is Dylan the number 2? You look at who started running back first game, Shipley. I don't think Shipley played right on week 2. Dylan was. Dylan, unofficial. Dylan's the third running back, my friend.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, yeah. Clark, thank you for super chat. He goes, 500 Joey. How does Howie continue to be one step up? I don't know, man, but it's true. He always seems like he's one step up. Like Becton has missed. Yeah, Becton's been hurt too, by the way. So Becton's been hurt. Darius Slay has been hurt. C.J. Gardner-Johnson has been hurt.
Everyone that left, yeah. But
everyone left has been hurt. Yeah. How the hell does Howie notice?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
It happens. You're going to have soft tissue injuries. You'll have serious. It just depends.
It's a high percentage of guys that leave, though. All of a sudden, they're all banged up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we'll see. But yeah, it's crazy. Desmond currently 430 pounds, down from 460. They want him under 399. Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Was he undrafted? What was he?
No, he was drafted.
What pick was he? What round? You don't remember what round?
I don't remember. I don't know. No, I don't remember what round. But like they practice and they have him running laps. It's like I don't know, man. Like
I don't. Yeah,
it just makes me feel like
his confidence is
like embarrassing in front of everybody. Let him go run, inside or something. I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Phil, you missed a 125 850 super chat. 120. Oh, I did. Let me see. I'm looking.
842. 125-850.
Oh, okay. I apologize. 125 850. My apologies. He goes, you should have a poll for the cornerback 2 job. That's a good idea. On the next stream, I'll definitely do that because a little late now. And Clark, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. 500. Who's the running back? Because Cowboys running back, because they might have the worst running back room. Yeah, their running back's not that good. I don't even remember the kid's name. Something Williams, right? From Denver. I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't know.
They stink. Their running game stinks, dude. Their running game stinks. They're so one dimensional. It's not even funny. They could have a great passing game, great receivers, but dude, in the NFL, if teams know what you're going to do,
yeah,
and I don't care how good your receiver, it's hard, dude. It's hard.
It's true.
Who you want to see the most tomorrow? To me, I want to see probably number one is Jacorian Bennett. I want to see Jacorian Bennett go out there and win the job. Yeah, Javonte Williams is their running back. He's their number one, and then they got Miles. So, yeah.
A lot of players that are playing in these third preseason games every year, guys that are really either going to get cut, they're going to get waived, they're going to showcase themselves to other teams.
Yeah,
So I mean, for Jacorian Bennett's case, he needs the rep. I think you just want to throw him in there just to get the reps. I mean, you just want to get him the reps.
Agree.
So.
Yeah. Dan says Gainwell was such an underrated running back for the offense last year. I respect your opinion. I respect your point of view. I do. Okay. I'm not gonna argue with it. Toryville says the Cowboys are going to be really bad this year. Top 5 draft pick en route. Yeah, Cowboys are like on the edge of complete chaos, dude. Complete chaos. Daniel says, I agree, Dan, but 500 hates him. Laugh out loud. I don't hate him. I just don't understand it.
I just think like he's not as everyone thinks he is. Like I feel like he's average to like maybe a smidge above, but I don't think there's any like defining skill set that he has that's
I think Barkley could have had 40 touchdowns if they would have kept him in on third down.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Even these even at the 1 yard line, how many more?
I mean, every once in a while it was Bainwell, it was Kenneth Bainwell, but usually I don't know. To me it was more about the way they used them. I just didn't like it. I think that the running backs they have now are way better suited for for what they want to do.
As a 5th round pick, he was good for us. As like a 5th round pick, he was.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate him. I just thought he was more of a number 3.
I don't hate him. I just really fucking hate him.
No, it wasn't.
We get it. You got to explain yourself. We got it. I mean,
people ask me all the time. I get DMs all the time. Who's your Gainwell this year? Who's your Nate Gary this year? I'm like, I don't know yet. Give me a couple weeks. Somebody will emerge.
Yeah.
Somebody will emerge to get my wrath, dude. It might be a Dory Jackson. I don't know, but I get that question all the time. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not even looking forward to him. I'm not even excited about him. I don't trust it. I see a lot of bad things happening. So.
Splendid at 500. Can we forfeit the game? I don't want to play on MetLife Field of Death. I know, right? Don't play anybody important. I wouldn't even play Darius Cooper, to be honest with you. Keep him off that field. Yeah, I hate that field too, dude. I do.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we covered it all, didn't we? You think?
Yeah, I mean, went through the preseason game, went through injuries, went through, just what's really glaring right now. Yeah.
So let me thank everybody for joining us. We have over 750 people in the chat. We thank you guys, and tomorrow, the Eagles play their final game. I'm sure Joey will be streaming. I'll be streaming, and then we're thinking probably do like something on Saturday.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to get out of here now. And
yes.
Yeah, with that said, peace out. We'll talk to you later. And go Birds.
Birds, peace.
Peace.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off, it's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dad! That was on you, Dad! That was on you, Dad!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to feed the Lamb! Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.